The PDA showed on the list of logs for Camelford, which is some 15 miles away, that there was an incident that was reported by a gentleman to say that his son was threatening him with a chainsaw and also had an axe in his hand, which he was threatening to cause harm to his dad with and also to himself with.
We go to routine jobs every day, but there was just something about this when we thought this is something different. And as we're getting a bit closer, we're getting more updates from our control centre.
He had intimated that he wanted to harm the police. He'd started up the chainsaw apparently, which the call taker could hear in the background, quite terrifying for the dad, and that the dad was in fear of, of being killed basically.
So we're getting even closer. Our first thought was, do we wait off? Do we try and get more assistance? But we knew it was 2 o'clock in the afternoon, there would be people around. We were worried that our firearms and the other officers that were backing us up wouldn't be there in time. So we knew that we had to take some kind of action. So as we come into the town, it's a main A39 trunk road. There was a male at the side of the road. We made eye contact and he had a chainsaw going and it was up in the air and it was going and he was looking at us. First reaction I was driving was, I'll be honest, do I run him over? We'd been bottlenecked behind us. There were so many cars stacked up behind us, we couldn't go back further at all. And this chap had dropped the chainsaw and now had an axe in his hand and a locked knife, which he had in each of his hands, and he was walking, running towards us. Absolutely terrifying, to be honest. I realised that there was, it looked like there was 2 or 3 kids in the car behind us, and I was thinking we have to do something. Again, my initial feelings was to drive forward and knock him over because he was coming straight for us. There was no two ways about it. He was in the middle of the road. He was looking at us, eye contact. I could see in his eyes he wasn't playing around. And seeing those weapons in his hands, it scared me. Yes, it did scare me. My options were out. I decided to get out the van. So I unclipped my taser and put it behind my back. I got my back out. I had it in my hand, and I was using the van door as a shield. I stepped out and he saw the baton in my right hand, and he just smirked at me, he just smiled at me and said, I'm going to rip you open. It was certainly an incident that stuck in my mind that this person didn't intend to just hurt me. This person wanted to kill me. And so I raised the taser. I didn't even have a chance to shout at him, deployed the taser, and fortunately one barb went into his right top shoulder and the other one went into his left leg, so there was a perfect neuromuscular incapacitation and it took him down. And we both detained the male who was still struggling with us. The taser had effect, obviously, but he still wanted to fight with us even after that. I think we managed to stop quite a major incident happening with members of the public, because if someone else had intervened but we wouldn't have been there, not having the right equipment that we had, it would have ended very, very differently to what it had. When you're targeted by somebody who wants to end your life because of the uniform that you're wearing, the service that you represent, the public that you're protecting, then that escalates it to a different level. And no, I don't think I ever was prepared for that level of confrontation. We're not robots, we're not machines, we are people. We protect the public and that is our aim, but ultimately we've got homes to go to, we've got families to go to. My wife will kill me for saying this, but I would do it again. I would do it again for the family that's behind me, for the people that are behind them, and yeah, that's my job.